I'm getting this feeling like it's like somebody thinks that you are operating out of ego and that all your confidence comes from whatever um, collective that you have built. And the truth is that your confidence was there long before your collective from the things that you have survived and experienced and been through. A large portion of this collective has survived narcissistic abuse. Much of it is recovered addicts, some of which have recovered from things that only 2% of users have recovered from. Parts of this collective have survived domestic violence and SA. And it is your ancestors alone and your spirit guides and your angels who have walked you through these situations so that you were able to not only survive them, but to become successful in your own right. To pursue things like education and hobbies, things like that, which have elevated you or helped to elevate you out of these situations. And these things are where your confidence comes from. I think that you have been humbled many times and that people love to try and humble the collective. You've put so much distance between yourself and these circumstances that there's absolutely no going back. And once you started to see like the narcissism in the social structure, started to really change how you saw things and may have even made you far more progressive than you already were. Okay? You've walked away from a lot of things that a lot of people have. It takes them out. They never make it away from. Okay? That's the Two of Wands. And that is where your confidence comes from. It comes from real life experience and the understanding that the universe and spirit and your ancestors very much have and have always had your back. And had it not been for your faith, you would not have made it out of many of these situations, let alone be able to elevate yourself above them. Okay? I don't really know a lot about CERN. But I've heard that the collective should start dreaming again and things like that. I had a pretty crazy dream last night. And so maybe there is some truth behind all of that. Okay, I haven't really looked into. I know the general idea behind the talk about it, but I haven't looked into it myself. So maybe I will. So if that is you, and you've made it through any or all of those circumstances, collective, I'm proud of you. And you should be proud of yourself. Okay? Because not a single one of those things that I named is any small feat. And you should be confident. And you should feel secure. And you should be secure in your faith, whatever that is. Okay? Because it has served you well. It has served you well. Alright? Your spirit team, your astral alliance, is also very proud of you. Yeah, you've been tested, baby. What do we need to know, spirit? If you have not received it already, and in many ways you have brought yourself justice. But if you're pending, justice is coming. Okay, justice is coming. That is the Two of Cups. You love yourself. And you have found peace. And it looks like union is coming. You've done a lot of work on yourself so that you can be the love that you wish to receive. And that takes the confrontation of many shadows so that you can heal and release them. Okay? What is coming for you, collective, is going to be very fulfilling. And there's the Chariot. This really looks like divine union. Yeah, and it is. It's very much because of all the things that you have been forged in the fire through. All of the things that did not serve you, that you have released and healed from, and in some cases, fought your way through. All this conflict, so that you could become who you were meant to be. You may be part of the collective that just knew that something has been calling you your entire life, and you've always felt like you were supposed to create something beautiful. You just did not know that it was the perfection of your own soul. The Ten of Pentacles. And having successfully risen to the occasion is bringing a lot of abundance. Okay? This does not imply that you are perfect, because nobody is. But you are a powerful motherfucker. Okay? And you are very aware of your power. And it is many of these things that you have healed your way through and kept your faith through that has created or allowed you to acknowledge this power. Okay? To step into this power. Alright? Nothing has been given to you. You have earned every single thing that you are about to receive. People may think that things come easy to you, and a lot of things may come very easy to you. The methods that you use, you may be highly intelligent. You may have had a very strong intuition always. You may have always been gifted, but that doesn't mean that you were necessarily in a position to use those gifts the entire time. And it was the elevation and the adversity, maybe both, okay, that allowed you to step into these things. There's been plenty that you've had to flow through and rise above. And that's the Page of Pentacles and the King of Swords. And there is a gift coming. You may have an idea. You may have seen this thing or known that it was meant for you. It was just waiting for you to rise to the occasion. Somebody is super attracted to you and sees you in your power. Okay? The Ace of Swords. I think that they are well aware of what you've been through. They may have done their due diligence and taken their time and looked into you. The Five of Wands and the Emperor. So there's likely a lot of people that have a lot of things to say. A lot of people that like to attack. They don't do it likely to your face because they're well aware of your power. I think this comes from a place of them operating out of their own ego. Somebody has looked into and has confirmed everything that you have said. And they know that you are, in fact, who you say you are. It has been confirmed. Okay? You may spend quite a lot of time alone. You in spirit. You may have had to separate yourself. The Nine of Pentacles. To gain this enlightenment, to be able to reach this destination. And you've long been dedicated to getting there and cutting out what no longer serves you. It may have been quite a slow process. There may have been a lot you had to leave behind. And growth takes time. There has been a lot of heartbreak and grief and adversity, a lot of gossip, a lot of lies and manipulation. Your friends, they don't like me. I think they're jealous of my tattoos. Just like wearing black, I'm not scared of anything but saying this to you. It's going down alone right now. Oh my. Alright, there has been a lot of people that like to move against you behind the veil. Okay? And if you likely wouldn't have made it through if you were not highly protected and favored. Okay? But that favor was not just given to you. Right? You may have been born with gifts. Okay? But you had to elevate to keep them. Or to step into them. Or to be able to utilize them. Yeah, and you have been judged. Danger. Lonely kind. Oh my, girl, you get me high. Yeah, you're my type. Danger. I think you're well aware. Okay, you're well aware of what people like to say about you. And you're just kind of chilling. I'll catch you too. You may have been in timeout for a little while, okay? So you've intentionally isolated yourself and pulled your energy back from most people. Yeah, you're my type. You're danger. Because you're done chasing illusions. And you know that spirit will bring you what you need. Yeah, you get me high. Yeah, you're my type. You're danger. Alright? You're done running. You may have been spending this time emotionally grounding. It was left for you to process. Nothing on this wide rock but little old me. Okay, and you may have actually taken in other lifetimes or your family generationally, like a poverty oath. Or there may have been points in your life when you wouldn't have trusted yourself with the abundance that you are receiving. You may have never really had a great example of somebody who held a lot of abundance and did good things with it. Like gave back. Because a lot of people, they receive money, they have money, they hold money, and they weaponize it. Okay? But that perspective has changed. And whatever your circumstance, whether there was some kind of personal oath taken in a lifetime before, or this idea or example that money is the root of all evil, ... because that scripture, that is not the whole scripture, okay? That's not all of it. Whatever the case, right, you have broke that understanding or curse or oath It no longer applies. Okay? It is the painful endings and the betrayals which have contributed to all of the growth that you've made. You are heart-led. Okay? That doesn't mean that you are a pushover. And I think that a lot of people they think that means that you're supposed to be a pushover. And they get a big surprise. Okay? And I think that you've gotten really well, at laying down boundaries and enforcing them. Because it has been necessary for you to get where you are. Okay. There may have been a lot of people that have worked really hard, individually or together, that have tried to keep you from what is coming. Or what you have, even what you have been able to build to this place. Everybody waits for you now. But it's coming. Dare you to move. Dare you to move. Dare you to lift yourself up. Ooh. Because you've done the work. You've done the work. You deserve every good thing. And I'm so proud of you. Ooh. Who you should be.